Hello, viewers. I'm SB,
And I'm Amabel.
and welcome back to Amabel Goes to 4X School Endless Legend Edition.
Yeah.
It's not really that weird to take two classes at the same time. It's a pretty light course load, actually.
I never went to college. I don't know how this works.
So we're desperately trying to eliminate the necrophages. We're doing a fine job of just surviving because they're on low difficulty and they're not very aggressive while we're doing other stuff. But what would be really cool is if we could just push them off entirely. So today,
Yeah.
that's a goal. That's a sort of a medium term goal of today. We also have here a quest. We do not forget the past, daughter. Amabel, do you know who this? Player Gyro, the Innumerable, has not forgotten the past, but I fear that I may have.
I don't remember this person. Also, I don't know if Blair Gyra is the one speaking or not because we've had that
I'm pretty
little
sure.
glitch happen.
I'm pretty sure it is because it's the us.
Of course, I don't.
You might want to.
Blair
By the
Gyra
way,
doesn't feel like a daughter to me.
you might want to turn the gain down on your microphone or something. You are like fully peaked with everything you are saying.
Better?
Better-ish, yeah. Yeah.
How about now?
Yeah, it still sounds like it's okay. It's fine. Anyway, we do not forget the past. Apparently, speak swift, stranger. What is your business? We have other pressing matters. Have you seen all these bugs? My name is Tanya, and I am a doom singer. A doom singer? Well, that doesn't seem great. Reefborn is under siege, not physically, mentally. A wretched beast has settled nearby, and you have let its corrupting miasma fester for too long. So you sing to these wretches? I do. These wretches must be fed or placated, fed with dreams, visions, the flotsam and jetsam of chaotic minds. Or I can placate it for you. These are your choices. Okay, so we can offer up the mental emanations of townsfolk to such a point that it devours, actually kills a whole townsfolk. But armies in Yadran are at massive damage bonus. The best thinkers will save the wretch. We could lose some influence, not even that much really, out of Reefborn for strategic resource yields on all of our mines. We don't really have that many mines running right now, I will say, though. Or we could just pay for the Doomsinger's services at 300 dust to lower the influence cost for the beta Doomwraith action. We don't have 300 dust right now, and we have lots of influence to pay for beta Doomwraith. Where is Yadran? Okay, Yadran. So Yadran,
Where we're at.
Yadran is where my main armies are. So if I just had y'all step back one space here, and then we went for that in our quest journal here. Wait, where is she? Where did she go?
I even forgot the name of the quest. Darn
Well,
it.
it said it would put it in the journal, but
Okay.
it does not seem to have done so. Okay, I can still access her here. Yeah, you can access it again in the quest journal. Weird. Yeah, I'm willing to feed a point of population for a massive damage bonus on the armies in Yadran.
Now, is that giving the bonus to them now or just during 10 turns combat in Yadran?
I'm sorry? Now or during 10 turns combat in Yadran? Do you want
They're always aching. No, it's
why do they even call it oven?
So is the bonus applied to your units that are now in that city, or is that bonus
region,
for combat in that region?
I assume it is the former. I hope it's the former. That's why I moved the unit back into the area to take it. I guess we'll find out. My what do you call it? Intuitive read of it would be that it is the former. there's a buff applied to the armies. Some of Reefborn's inhabitants will be escorted to the wretch's vicinity. Their minds will feed the beast while their bodies, while they're able, will supplement our forces in the area. Ah, okay, that's how we make that.
Okay.
How we make that make sense.
What kind of music do you think doom singing is? Do you think it's more listenable than most trance music?
I mean, it's got to be death. Like it's got to be death growl based, right? That's what I would
Probably.
think. All right, so we have some hero points to spend here. We are not quite able to reach the outer rank of stuff yet. This hero has 5 points of determination. But I do appreciate that they put the little tiny icons on the things just to be like, these are the skills. These are the skills that involve these particular stats.
Mm-hmm.
So Coral Onslaught deals 40 damage to targeted units. Area of effect, very long line. Bonus damage per might, bonus damage per determination, and applies weakened too. That seems like a fine ability to pick up. Yeah. Given all of the determination that we have. And then you also... you have not a ton of stats. It is worth noting we can put these hero points into the stats directly.
Okay.
Which will, obviously improve the skills that we've already taken. When conducting a siege, adds 15% damage to breach fortification. That's not nothing. Speeding up sieges would be nice. It's kind of a huge pain at the moment. When equipped with an accessory, doubles the attributes given by the accessory. That could be potentially very powerful. When defending, applies cursed defense to adjacent enemy units, completely zeroing their defense. That's neat. Yeah, they have some compelling options here. What's up?
Oh, I just before I'd only seen the either from afar or the little profile pic. I didn't realize they had the robot crab legs.
Yeah, well, these are more spider legs, I think.
Wow,
They're like bristly.
The robot enough. Do you feel this is a good representation for you?
I don't think that you get to determine whether they're robot enough.
That's
soft
why I'm
leg,
asking you.
Soft. We call you soft shanks. You folks. We do, in theory, have some specialization available here. I mean, yeah, I want to take the resistor when available. We got back up to that amount of titanium. All right. So, is there a place where we can see army level buffs? Like we don't have an indicator anywhere. So I guess I don't know if we're receiving that damage bonus. And you're right, it might just apply to battles that happen in the area over the next 10 turns instead of being applied to the armies.
Because the idea is to fight the Doom thing that's in there, in the region. Is it in the region?
No, the Doom thing's over here.
Well, I don't know then.
The what's it called is currently corrupting all this stuff. And we're totally going to do something about it eventually.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's a promise you've made for several episodes now, so I assume you're going to carry through with it.
Doesn't that feel believable when I say it like that with all that confidence?
Yeah. I always believe everything.
Somebody that was in an audience in one of the streams. We do stream every Sunday morning EST. So like more afternoon times for those of y'all in Europe. Somebody pointed out that I've been treating these guys, even though we did read what the factions do, and I knew they were a single city faction when we were considering picking them. I kind of have forgotten now that we're fighting them, and I'm playing as though they have multiple cities. So part of what's going on here is that they just have the one big city that is their focus. They have camps. They're expanding outward in a way, but they don't actually have
And I appreciate they're real polite about pointing it out. Some people are less polite about things, and like,
boy, ain't that the truth.
We do these in hour-long segments, sometimes days apart. We're not necessarily going to have the same focus that if we were
There
playing
is
6
a
hours
little
in a
bit of
row.
a lack of continuity sometimes. Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. Are you sacking my stuff here? I don't think that that's okay. So let's move forward. They are inside the walls of their city, so I can't attack them without sieging the place. This army ran off to the side, and unfortunately it ran off far enough that I can't get to them. I mean, we can just put the place under siege. I am worried that they're very numerous in the area.
Would
We
that
can't.
would that make it a siege perilous?
No, nothing would ever do that. I, I'm a little worried that like us starting up the siege turns into, we know they have at least 4 full-sized armies collapsing on our 2 armies, and then us being kind of back to
And
square
then we
one here.
reload a previous save.
I would never
Start the
do
episode over.
like it never happened.
Hello, viewers.
I would never do such a thing, Amabel. And how dare you suggest otherwise? All right. So it'll take 3 turns to cause any breaches at all. It'll be another 2 turns after that for more breaches. It's not trivial work kicking a hole in a city.
Yeah.
And I made sure to do it with the army that has the hero who just got the bonus siege damage and everything. It's just really slow going. It's almost like they don't want you to be able to flash eliminate players or something. I think one thing I might do here is head this way and see if I can catch these guys out while keeping this army in range of that army to serve as backup in case they launch a proper counterattack. We'll see how well this works out as a strategy. Foreign affairs was researched. What are you guys going to do? Okay, they did move around in kind of a weird way. So we're not allowed to take our nearby sieging friends as reinforcements. Presumably because they are sieging?
That makes sense.
So this has us 5 to 10 then. And it only gives us, we're only slightly disadvantaged. 784 to 888. In terms of raw power, but it is tough for a force that is, made up of a lot of archers. I guess we're not that many archers. But it is tough to just like keep from getting completely surrounded, right? And I would expect that in the actual resolution, I think this is going to work out to be a lot more in their favor than these numbers suggest. But we can just not do the attack. So what army? That was this army? So wait, the army from inside the city that's being sieged is able to reinforce, but not the army that's doing the sieging?
That doesn't feel correct.
There might be some elements of this that I'm not fully understanding, maybe? One thing that I did appreciate a lot was in Endless Legend 1, when you made an attack, when you moused over like this, it would very brightly outline the area that was being considered for reinforcements. It's like the armies in this area will contribute to the fight. And we don't get quite the same thing here. You can see it like lights up the tags of some of the armies in the area. But it is worth noting, this was not one of the armies that showed up to that battle, and this absolutely was. So it's not quite, it seems like it's not quite working yet. And also the tag of our army lights up as well. Yeah, very strange stuff. Well, I don't want to engage them then if we don't have to. I think that they're content to do a lot of dancing around because, again, of the low difficulty, and I think we're just going to have to let that happen. We're in friendly territory, so we're healing up. We are 2 technologies away from the years of invention. And what do we still need? This allows us to rewild, increasing the yields of single Fidsy tiles and restoration of barren tiles. It's kind of whatever. Lowering cost for found camp is also kind of whatever. Found camp is influence-wise like one of the least expensive steps of the process of making a new settlement. This would unlock the scriptorium improvement. Okay, I mean, that's quite a lot of extra influence available. The problem, I think, is that we don't need it. Yeah, it probably, like, the thing we're shortest on is dust. The thing that we're shortest on that I desperately want more of is dust. This allows me to force treaties. We should probably pick up, you know, the technologies that do our unique things. And yeah, there's a lot of harassment going on. We're getting stuff sacked by hostile armies of minor faction units all over the place. There is a doomwraith who needs to get doomed. So the buttons. This army is not a doomwraith. This army is one unit of horrors. Can I see where the actual doomwraith is? There. Okay, that looks more like a doomwraith. Yeah. So, hiring a doomwraith hunter costs 500 dust and requires access to mercenary technologies. We don't even know how to hire people to kill things. Or baiting the doomwraith spends influence and requires the collective sacrifice. So these are both Era 3 technologies, it looks like.
Okay.
Ooh, mercenaries is actually Era 4. That's a good... I mean, they've done a good job of making like a spooky monster-looking...
Yeah.
I look at that thing and I am immediately grossed out to the bone.
I know it's just not a befriend doomwraith button.
Yeah, weird. So he's marching out his hero army. He's got 3 armies of just like little guys here. We know that he has at least 2 armies that have hero characters, right? There's one that has 2 and then another that has 1. I think we know that, if I'm remembering correctly. And for the moment, they seem content to just like let me siege this down while we run interference with our extra bodies. And I am wondering, do we need to, now that we've built the buildings we were working on, do we need to start thinking about more units? Either to replace an army that we are soon to lose, or to just have more standing troops. Because, like, it is hard. It is hard to get this done with just 2 armies, and I feel like we're constantly in a precarious position. Yeah. It might behoove us to get some more units out. And I guess you guys can just keep kind of standing here and running interference. Uh-oh. I'm not really paying a lot of attention to our cities right now. My eyes are very focused here. It turns out we're having some problems. Due to Longshore's prolonged low approval, a rebel army is formed. Oh, okay, all right, okay. Longshore, what's... my friends, what's happening? Well, the corruption, it seems to be causing some problems. So... Coral generation is stopped while this territory is corrupted. How dare they? So the basic deal here is
low approval.
The basic deal here is corruption. They hate it. All right, I don't love let's feed population points to the doomwraith, but I do need time. So having fed a point of population to the doomwraith has reduced our corruption by 10 points, or our unhappiness from corruption by 10 points, which is still extremely bad.
Ah.
I'm gonna do it again. You can't stop me. All right, we're content.
Oh.
We fed it 60% of the city's population.
Baby.
Listen, there are lots of ways to deal with a rebellion, but I'm busy.
I don't know how good you are at governing.
You know, concerns have been suggested in the past. Okay, so here it doesn't show our other units available as reinforcements, but we know that that's not right, right?
Yeah, it happened before.
However, if we wait 2 turns, we strip the fortification off a couple more tiles, and I do like having more places to be able to push into quickly. It's not showing real reinforcements for them either. I mean, as long as they're not disturbing us, I guess I'm gonna go for the 2 more turns. In no small part because it lets me, get another unit out.
A generous offer.
Obviously not. What are you thinking? The sun is long gone for the day when a small winged mechanical thing settles itself on the wall of your inner sanctum in Reefborn. It fidgets and clicks, and you're not too surprised when a familiar spirit materializes from its projected light. It has been many days since you last set eyes on the apparition, but its blazing presence and strange tongue is still seared in your mind as if it was yesterday. You remember Krytalon the practitioner's words, too, that this spirit was once a representative of the ancient powerful race that ruled Sayada long ago. Okay, yeah, hey you. The balance wavers. This is going to be a short conversation if... Oh, I've learned your language aspects. Call us Cerberus. Us. We are a distributed consciousness, existing in multiple places simultaneously. Like a shattered mirror, though Sayada's miseries have broken us into many pieces. Like a shattered mirror, though, Sayada's... This is like a...
Yeah.
Listen, not every punctuation mark should be a comma.
Or an ellipses.
And why have you come to the aspects, Cerberus? I mean, their ellipses were fine.
The
Back
ellipses in and out? No. One set
it
going
was
in.
fine. It was fine.
No.
Back at
Nope.
the Arch, you could have fled, could have attacked, but you were curious and brave. We wish to fully understand the new Sayada, and we believe you can help. Yeah, I can help with that. Listen, I would love to help and be given a large amount of dust that I can buy you could use to buy military units. Maybe you can learn something useful, something that will one day help the aspects in turn. We give our thanks and dust. Alright, so we agreed to help and were rewarded, and that didn't really cost us anything at all. Okay, so here's 2 more military units. Refill archers, as we might say. You guys can step up to help with whatever may come. I'm not allowed to tell them to skip their turn. Okay, I mean, I guess their turn's over already. It's weird, though, that you can't press the end turn button if you're out of movement, because, their turn is already ended in every way that matters. Let's build a traveler's shrine here. Something cheap that we can build that will push public approval. Okay. Again, just trying to buy time until our armies are free to do the other thing, or until we get the technology level necessary to deal with this thing. Okay. They have come after us. They saw the 2 units, and they were like, aha, we have numbers. I'm not sure why they thought that was a good idea. So,
It doesn't cost you anything?
Hmm?
Oh, I was going to ask if you're going to resolve it or do the instant.
I like playing the game. I will
I like
say,
it too.
I will say, I do find the how do I want to put this without sounding crazy? I do find the relative ease of the battles maybe a little. I like the Endless Legend 1 system. Famously, I am the Endless Legend 1 defender. The battle system with the issuing orders and then kind of having to like hope they play out correctly and understanding what's going to happen on the battlefield over the next 2 turns and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
That.
a good battle system that takes some skill and learning to operate correctly. And I think that's all of that is good, is objectively positive. But a lot of people did not like that they could not be always instantly successful. So
Yeah,
the instant resolution does. I mean, we should probably just take this instant. It is really, really in our favor. I was gonna run them down manually, but that's
as someone
good.
who's designed a fair number of battle systems, for a living,
Mm-hmm.
I will say both that I really admired the way Endless Legend did it, and also I am familiar with the kind of complaint about
Yeah.
sacrificing control or winnability, and I'm not going to badmouth my customers, but they're giant babies. Is the thing.
Amabel.
The giant babies maybe grow up.
They are mostly not giant babies. You be nice. You get all. This is why we have to be careful when we do this, because you get all your blood gets all up. You start saying wild shit.
Battle systems and yeah.
All right, so this is the turn when we have the breaches. I'm gonna go ahead and commit the assault before anything else can happen. I'm gonna lock in. This is our reinforcements.
Yeah. You do a thing professionally for 10 or 15 years, you start to have strong opinions.
It's weird. Okay, I can't really like. We're just deciding reinforcements in this phase. Okay, now I'm in deploy. So obviously, excuse me, I'm not quite over the cough yet. Apologies.
Yeah.
Obviously, we want our archers to be far enough forward that they can actually arch. We have some melee who should be able to push. We have our very cool crit guaranteeing horsemen. I mean, honestly, the instant resolution on this is pretty good too. We're definitely going to take a beating here. Like, we're going to lose people. But I wonder if we can outrun that. You know?
You want to try it?
I'm going to try it. Okay. Plus, I do like playing the game.
Yeah.
Alright, so they got their behemoths. And those we do have to care about. They've got their flying units. Those we do have to care about. And then what is the symbol? Okay, they just have a bow symbol, despite the fact that their ranged units are not bow units, technically speaking. Okay, so our hero... Hero bow. Bow hero. So this affects, a single long line of troops. Rain of arrows allows us to do, like, this kind of thing, but not particularly large amount of damage. I think at the beginning here we want to make sure that we are clearing out the behemoths. Right? Taking down the range matters too. I'm actually not sure who to focus on. Amabel, this is your fault.
What? Why is it my fault?
Because I'm not sure who to focus on. You made the battle system too complex.
It's because I am too stunning and beautiful and you are distracted by focusing on me? Is that
that's literally 100% correct, yes.
Okay.
So yeah, we're going to stick the marked. I think I'm going to come at this big dude. We're going to stick the marked on him. Do you have the ability to make it to here? You do. Maybe this is how I want to start the run.
More like behemoth.
Okay, that was actually a really good time for a crit. So we can get 79. Oops. Sorry, trying to click on this dude. We can get 61 damage out of you. I could run forward and do our power slash.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if power slash will actually... No, it will not do bonus damage through the mark. In fact, I can't hit you at all. Wait, why am I...
What's going on?
Oh, it doesn't like the attack through this. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's reading only a single point of damage on him otherwise. It's very strange. Because my normal attack is mostly working. Okay, well, let's open with this. And then I can have the other cavalry guy run in and remark him. Take him to 61, or hit him for 61. Take him to pretty low. I will get him, I think. Okay, there's a cliff right there. We don't have quite as many archers as I might like. I think we are, in fact, not going to get him. In which case, I should refocus a little bit. Now, see, these tiles, unfortunately, we didn't break the fortifications on. So, they have walls that we can't just punch through. Leading to a really limited ability to melee attack at all, in fact. Throw a punch on you. And then we can try to just prevent them from moving forward very much. Just really lock them in. And with only 2 archers left, I don't think I can kill a ranged. I don't think I can kill a flyer. But we can kill this guy.
Yeah. It's one less guy.
Oh, sorry. It's wrong. I just clicked the wrong button. And then you can move up to here to hang out with your friends, form the big ranged ball, and we can start in on one of their ranged units. We'll get him eventually. The other behemoth only has 3 move. So obviously I'm a little nervous about like the open hole in the shape here where enemies could theoretically get a flyer through and just like park in the middle of us and do terrible things. Oh, that's interesting. Actually, now that this is open, I could run. Ooh, I could run melee through into here, and harass their ranged units more. All right, took some damage from opportunity attacks, and I think I'm gonna take this space up at least so that they can't, But it does suck that I take some damage doing so.
Yeah.
Wow, did he crit? Is it just one roll for crit, and if it crits all of the targets of the attack? That seems like a bananas way to implement that.
That is pretty bananas.
So I think that guy did an amount of damage that is frankly unconscionable.
Well, I guess what does a crit represent really? Does it represent
you hit him real good?
Yeah. Is that do you feel more emphasis is on the strength of the attack, the awesomeness of the attack, or on like you just the weakness of the target's defenses? You know?
No.
Because like if Godzilla's swinging his tail,
Uh-huh.
and does a real good job, everyone's gonna be pretty fucked up by it. This is basically like a Godzilla.
Sure.
I don't know. It makes sense to me. I understand it sucks for you to have that damage done to all your peeps, but like it makes sense to me that it'd be one crit roll.
Yeah, okay. So we can cancel out one of the ranged units over here. Oh, you are fucking kidding me. Just do minimum damage on 2 attacks in a row. Well, Amabel, I'm dramatically underperforming the auto-resolver. Due to essentially 1 lucky crit.
Yeah. You still got this though, right?
No, I'm going to lose for sure. Not having taken care of both of the behemoths while we still had riders left to continually mark them means we lose for sure. There's no chance that we can win this now. That unit alone is strong enough to kill all of our stuff.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. But what we can do is, fight and try to get our position as good as we can for the follow-up battle. The problem is that these things they take no damage from everything because they have 25 base armor.
Yeah.
So if you don't have some effect repeatedly bypassing their armor, you're gonna have a huge problem. All right, we can kill lots of the little guys. I can... Nope, not rain of arrows. Coral onslaught. There we go. We can do a reasonable amount of damage to that guy while also killing the other dude. Yeah, and they do so much damage too. Like, their damage output is crazy. Are you serious? That's not quite going to kill. All right, well, we have to use our hero to finish that off. That's a shame. Yeah, we're going to be able to do some pretty good work against the rest of this stuff. I think it's going to come down to the remnants of our army against the behemoth, and that is a losing fight for us because of how powerful that unit is. Alright, so we clear you two out. Rain of Arrows is less good than a normal attack against singles. We do have that, like, the little health regen gimmick on our melee, which is certainly helpful.
Yeah.
I was really hoping we could keep the hero alive through finishing this guy off. Okay, well, we killed everything except the behemoth. And we do have another army in the area. Do I have enough money to buy out this unit? We don't. Oh, the Fallen Comrade. I like these, like, context-specific quests.
Mm-hmm.
I watched them die, Brother Brooke. It must have been awful. It was. For one so mighty to fall, it cripples the spirit. I don't know how to do a voice that is a web inhabited by a lot of spiders. So you're just going to have to forgive me on that. They will rise again, though, Polemophon the Steadfast. Sayata gives us that blessing. Is that a blessing, though? To live another cycle of carnage that ends the same way? I do not want to see them die again. What are you saying? I'm saying I'm thinking of living in the shadows, walking away from light and laughter, from friends and fellowship, from you. Because remember the romance.
Yep.
Cutting yourself off from all? No, you must honor their death by staying in the light. Please, Polemophon the Steadfast, just live up to your name. Maybe our fates are chosen for us. So we can withdraw and gain the lone wolf trait. Or remain among the living and take a level up. I will honor their sacrifice. I got to get back in there. It feels particularly with these guys, right? The pain of loss must be very acute, given the shared consciousness and everything. The choir. After much thought, I have decided to keep fighting and keep hurting. That is the way of things that love. I see that now.
Oh.
I mean, they're right. That's just like objectively correct.
They are.
You'll be okay there, sweetie?
Yeah, I'm sorry. That kind of unexpectedly kind of hit a tender spot.
It is the way of things that love. So I'm not. If I attack the city, there are 3 breaches. They have their behemoth. Will they actually have no reinforcements? The thing is, I don't know if I can beat the behemoth with 2 sentries and an aspect. This unit is wildly overpowered.
Try it.
Try it? You think so?
Redeem yourself. Redeem yourself.
I mean... All right. Instant resolution says no.
Oh, wow, you actually did it. Okay.
Amabel Holland!
I believe in you. You can do this.
So for some reason it spawned another... There's another unit here. That is not the thing that we're supposed to be fighting. Oh, come on now. You know what I cannot do is ever fucking catch a break in this game. Oh, my God. That doesn't allow me to move away. He turned, so I thought, I got his attention. But no, actually. I am still not able to move away from him safely. Yeah, can I ask you fucking not to prank me? Is that too much?
That wasn't a prank. I think you can do this.
Oh, wow, you actually did it. Is some...
I thought that'd be a funny thing to say. Also, I thought you just would be fighting the one thing. They gave you another thing to fight that didn't have the decency to die when you killed it.
I mean, the other thing had no bearing on the fight, I don't think, really. Yep, now it's going to go after the archers, because why wouldn't it? So it looks like I am allowed to move as long as I stay within the area, but but I'll lose my steady blow bonus. Which is the only, the only way we're going to get a crit, which is the only way I was actually going to be able to deal damage. Yep, so 0 to 7 damage. And we're regaining HP on every punch, but we're certainly regaining less HP than it's dealing.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. I really thought you'd be able to pull it off.
All right, well, guess what? You're playing now. That was your call, so...
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So how our heroes are out for how long? 7 turns. Okay, so it seems like that value must be scaling up with their level, which I don't believe was the case in the first game. It's interesting. So we're doomed, basically. Should have taken the auto resolve. Turns out I'm bad at the video game. Yeah, you guys, you got it. Oh no, actually, okay. So if he doesn't bring up his support armies, our garrison's not nothing, right? Like, but if they were to actually just push us with their whole force, there's no way we would survive. This time I'm going to take the instant resolution.
Okay.
That's what I learned. Heal the hero. Bring the hero back. Enjoy my level up. When starting a battle, applies hasten 1 to all units. We're playing too many different games that all do this thing differently. Okay, this is the one where it's shift. So that's just 1 movement point. That's not really any good. I mean, I could honestly just like grab a point of determination.
Mm-hmm.
We could gain recovery shot. It's hard to imagine not wanting to have this unit attack every single turn. We're going to open up pinning volley eventually. Yeah, I might... Maybe it's worth picking up recovery shot. Probably not, though. It's probably better to just shoot. So 4 extra damage plus 2 extra damage per might. If we were to pick up determination, it would add 5 damage to each of our 2 skills. I guess let me just grab some more raw attack damage. And then I need to generate some gold here. Some dust. We have the ability to force treaties now. And you know, one thing we have done is we have killed a lot of their units.
Yeah.
Well, over time, we are really very, very, very slowly wearing them down. Okay, let's ride out. This time we have some extra units for the ride out.
Okay.
Taking the clean instant resolution. Yeah, those behemoths, man, they're just unconscionable. It is unconscionable to make a unit that performs that well in combat.
If you had that unit, would you still feel the same way?
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Okay.
Amabel, what kind of gotcha do you think you're practicing over here?
It wasn't a gotcha.
That was clearly supposed to be.
No. I already gotcha.
No, yeah, you sure did.
You're my sweetie. Oh, no. No, it's not.
You should. I will listen. I'm never going to forget that the greatest threat to our empire is you.
Commenters, come to my defense, please.
Although, I mean, no, it's me because I can be convinced to listen to you.
I thought you'd be able to pull it off.
Why don't you listen? Why don't you listen to me?
You had an archer. You
when I
weren't
was like,
supposed to have
hey,
two.
this is actually very bad. We'll be in a lot of trouble if we go for this. You were just like, nah, you're stupid. Press the button.
I think what I said is you're smart. Press the button.
But press the button is you're stupid. Press the button, right?
No, I've never. I Here's the thing. I don't have a good sense of of what is reasonable within the game.
Okay.
So I used to assume that you. I've been watching you play. I used to assume you could do it.
So what you're saying is this whole sort of 4X school experiment is just not. It is yielding no fruit. You have no idea what's going on, and you cannot evaluate the game state. And basically, I'm the worst teacher of all time. No, I get it. I understand.
That's not what I'm saying.
I see what's happening.
Oh no. Oh, sweetie, no, that's not what I'm saying.
Ooh, unlocks an improvement that gives +1 attachable territory on the city. Heck yeah. Our bond is forged in the very disease that creates us. Creed. We're researching the technology of Creed. The film, I assume.
Or it's a rock band, right? Creed's a rock band.
Yes, that's true. Many moons after your soldiers first encountered her, the stranger who sought help, returning the stranded creature to the seas, marches into Reefborn. Still wearing her striking blue and gold uniform, she makes a formidable impression, seemingly fearless despite being in the midst of your empire's heart. An audience is granted. Okay, well, it feels like it ought to be up to me whether an audience is granted, but fine. I come to Reefborn today to offer my thanks for the assistance your soldiers rendered on that beach that day long ago, and to enlighten you as to the truth of Sayata. Priestess of the gods that were and will be. Wasn't that how you titled yourself to my soldiers? I am a starfarer. My allegiance pledged to an institution known as the Academy. Yeah, like I said, Knuckleim. This is some endless space stuff going on here.
Okay.
But my deeper loyalty is to my race, the Knuckleim, and the Lost. The Academy came to Sayata to seek evidence of the Endless's crimes, and we found plenty of wrongdoing. The civilization that occupied Sayata many, many centuries ago. They slaughtered the Ametrine for their minerals, enslaved the daughter's forebears. Worst of all, they captured one of the Lost, the dust gods that my people worshipped. And this is why Sayata brims with dust. Indeed. Before we depart, my only remaining task is to learn the fate of that god. Every one of the occupier's crimes must be documented. I am thankful. Now what does your empire desire for the kindnesses you have shown me? Okay. Dedication. We could gain a population. It looks like one of our normal populations. We could gain... It says wealth and material resources, but then the payout is science?
Okay.
Or we could gain a century. I would love some military might. If I could have some power. I wish for my armies to be the strongest on Sayata. Well, I think I know a few ways of bolstering your ranks. Yeah, an extra army, an extra unit is for sure helpful. And then... So that's a full army led by 2 heroes.
Okay.
Can run out here and just keep killing their units as much as possible. And you need to keep producing bodies. Why didn't I just take the... Why did I listen to you? Why did I ever listen to Amabel?
Hang on. Now, the first one wasn't my fault. You could have taken the instant resolution.
Sure, I could have, but you were like, yeah, it is good to play the game manually.
I was agreeing with you.
I know you were agreeing
Also-
with me.
Also,
This is
I-
this is when it is the most treacherous, is when you're agreeing with me.
I'm gonna do that thing I do that you hate, where
Okay, all right.
I take the joke seriously.
Okay.
I think you're a great teacher. I've learned a lot during the whole Forest School experience about the construction of these games, about the design ethos, about the different approaches, and the mechanical bits of it. Am I going to be good at playing the games? No, I've tried to play them, and I'm terrible at them.
Well,
But
I do
that,
feel like that's something of a failing on my part, don't you? I am trying to teach them like as a study, like academically, but also part of the thing that this channel is supposed to do is help you get better at these games.
yeah, but I don't see that as a failure because just there are games that I'm not going to be good at,
Okay,
and
all
it's not
right.
because you're bad at teaching them.
So, hey Amabel, Sayata awakens. At the heart of the Empire, three very different characters petition for three very different responses to the awakening of Sayata's lost. With the seas falling, the world's long entrapped god will soon return to wakefulness. How will you prepare for its return? Hey, this seems like a big deal.
Yeah,
Welcome to turn 100, I guess. It's turn 99 right now, but we're headed toward the thing. With night falling over Reefborn, an odd company of Gorogs approach the city. In their midst, they carry two very different figures on makeshift stretchers. Two, hardly breaking sweat, bear a slender woman, while four others, straining under the weight, carry the bulky form of an ametrine. Digital light flickers from the woman's wristpiece. Even before they reach the heart of Reefborn, you know they are Moria Kupas and Jarosite, with Cerberus in tow. The Gorog leader explains they found the pair unconscious beside a small camp while searching Sayata's deepest recesses for a fabled Gorog stronghold. Where they lay, the air was thick with dust and ash, he tells you, and suspects they succumbed to the glittering smog. After carrying the pair up to fresher climes, the Gorogs were at a loss as to how to proceed, before the Knucklim muttered the name Plerogyra the Innumerable in her agitated sleep. The Gorogs seek only shelter for the night and are gone before the sun rises. Later that morning, Moria and Jarosite awaken. Moria, Jarosite, welcome back to the land of the living. Where are we? You owe your lives to a band of Gorogs. They found you in the depths. The last thing I remember, we'd set up camp not far from a fissure. We planned to descend. Listen, Sayata is awakening. The ancient god that the Endless trapped never perished. Within the year it will rise, hale and vengeful. Which is why we must worship it with all our hearts. Piety, prayer, devotion. Show it you are the antithesis of the Endless, and you might escape its wrath. No, the god will not respect blind subservience. Follow my ancestors' lead. Impress the god with great feats, and you will earn its admiration. Moria Kupas hails from a race that once revered the lost. She is only interested in reviving the Sayatan lost to fulfill an ancient prophecy to see her own people ascendant again. Okay, the lost is awakening, though? It is, that is unescapable. But its awakening should be met with shackles, not veneration. We subdue it. Unless you want to be at the whim of a god imprisoned for millennia, awakening into an unfamiliar galaxy, then yes, the lost must be mastered. You would be wise not to listen to a megalomaniac piece of code, Plerogyra the Innumerable. The aspects have much to consider. I leave all three of you to speak with Krytalon the practitioner. 3 voices, 3 different paths, and we can only take one. So, do we go for the worship path, the impress path, or the master path? On worship, we would be pressed to possess 100 points of population, to build 5 monuments to the lost, and to research 6 technologies from the final era. So this is kind of an interesting way of combining some of the classic win conditions into sort of groupings to, in some ways, reduce the power level of them, because you have this victory is effectively 3 victories, whereas this one is only maybe 1.5. Just get 60 resources of 6 different types and pacify this many villages. Or this one, clear 10 fortresses and control 25 territories. And notice none of this has anything to do with the other players. Directly.
Yeah.
Obviously, controlling 25 territories, pacifying 30 villages, Like, this stuff is going to press on the other players for sure. But none of it's like kill your neighbor. I think this is neat. I think this is a neat system. I don't know what we're well suited toward. I guess, to be perfectly honest with you, it might be master. We haven't really expanded all that effectively, and so I do worry about our ability to end up with a large enough number of cities to have 100 population.
Yeah, so I'll say, first of all, I also think this is really clever and rad, and I don't know...
They're experimenting with it at the very least, right? Like, they're trying
Yeah,
stuff.
and I don't know from game to game if these path objectives change or not. You know,
I would assume they're the same because of the way they're grouped.
Yeah. But the other thing is, you know, if you're giving me 3 options to deal with a god, any god,
yeah,
and that is worshiping them, sucking up, or attacking and dethroning them, it's the last one.
Yeah. All right.
I'm with you there.
All right. We attempt to master the lost.
Oh, you actually did it.
You are fired. I quit.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
Fucking, I'm launching Marvel Puzzle Quest right now. We need to... I know. We need to stand strongest. The Lost will respect that and give us its blessings. That's not why I'm doing it, but okay. So yeah, this is going terribly. I feel like I'm playing very, very badly, and we're like really suffering. We're way behind the curve, sort of way behind the 8 ball here.
But when was the last time before?
I put it on a difficulty level that was low enough that we could do that and still get to see stuff.
Yeah,
and we'll be kicking in a new game here at some point on a real difficulty level. But I want to pursue this a little bit further. I want to see how some of this stuff shakes out. So for the moment, let's go look at the victory panel.
You also had rotten luck with necrophages being right next to you at the start of the game.
That's true. That is always a bummer. Shadow Awakens. Be first to fulfill one of the objectives below to win the game. So, global effects. Bonuses for all empires, scaling with the number of empires pursuing the victory path. 20 base city approval for empires following the master path, of which there are 2 of us. 50 dust per income per empire following the impress path. So that's interesting. And I assume they mean scaling upward. I guess I don't know for sure. Yeah. I wonder if this would be 10 approval or 40 approval. You know, if there was only one. It looks like we can just change it. What were we thinking, listening to something so corrupted, so broken? You make a terrible mistake. It must be restrained. Yeah, I'm gonna stick to. I just wanted to see. I don't think so. Machine, by which I mean, yeah, I'm still in. I was just curious what the button would do, and whether there would be a cost as well.
Yeah.
So remaining empires. Obviously, for the players who are not engaged in this forever war are doing great. And then over here's us. So there's 200 turns to the score victory. The game ends on turn 300, whether we've figured our shit out or not. Here we have a display of the various things. So we actually do lead in the number of pacified villages. And, of course, nobody has 60 strategic resources of any type. These things are hard to count. 5 monuments to the lost. We're actually keeping up with the other players on population, which I'm a little surprised by. So that's all interesting. Okay. So this victory tab it's a little bit mysterious until you get to this point. I do need to keep like expanding out and grabbing more stuff. I don't know if I want to evolve this into a city. I guess like he's gonna corrupt out our shit regardless of whether or not it's a city, right? We were going to turn Erush into a city on its own. And we now have the influence to do that. Gosh, I really need to be able to deal with doomwraiths is all. Whatever, I'm doing it. Let's go. We found an old battlefield curiosity, but got no payout from it. That's a shame. All right, and then over here, we're going to need some basics. We have 4 points of population. Ah, yes, the foundlings, right. -3 approval per population type in the same category. So if I were to set these guys... So each one of them is giving the -3, though, right? But this guy's only giving 3 instead of 6, despite the fact that there are 2 population types in this category. Odd. No, see, he gives -6 here. It goes from -3 to... I don't know, whatever. The important thing is, you know, work on the important categories so that we can actually get improvements built. Let's start with a basic farm and also a traveler's shrine to help offset the pain of corruption. And someday I would love to be able to clear some of this corruption, you know? It's going to happen. And yeah, you can see, like, they already have so many troops again. It is really, really difficult to keep up with the war, but this time we're gonna not make the same mistake. I'm going to allow the auto-resolver to do what it wants to do. So their city is completely healed up by now. It's had enough time to repair itself. I guess just keep attacking it, and if they want to come out here and fight us, they'll come out here and fight us. The coral continues to spread. Their units continue to sort of mill around aimlessly. Okay, we'll be able to buy ourselves an observer next turn. But we should probably call it here for today. Like, I feel like we're on the way to a more significant task here. But at some point, I'm gonna have to say that's it for the episode, because otherwise we'll be here all day.
I think next time you're gonna do it, sweetie.
Amabel, I'm frustrated with how badly I performed in that battle, and I want to apologize for blaming you, but also reiterate my blame.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
No, it was that was just, I did a bad job, and it sucks to do a bad job in front of a bunch of people, you know.
Sure, and people want to really experience that. Watch me play Hitman on the stream on Sundays.
Yeah, come visit our stream, and oh, what a delight. Anyway, that's gonna be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, I'm just gonna say the exact same thing I said at the end of last episode. We're gonna get some troops. We're gonna burn down this necrophage village. We're gonna focus on the doomwraiths. You know, we're gonna try again.
There's some fortresses.
When you come back next time, we're gonna try again, and that's the best any being that loves can hope to do. And we'll see you then.
I think you did a good job.